Hello everybody, this is Mr. 831, otherwise known as Ito. Gosh, I didn't think I would ever say that name on camera. Anywho, I haven't done a whole lot lately. I'm still stalling on Jumpstart First Grade Reading because I'm lazy like that, and motivation's been a bit low just due to life getting in the way. But I got a little bit of free time tonight, and I thought I would do a little video on a computer that I've wanted to do a video on for a really long time, but have not gotten around to for a multitude of reasons, primarily because, well, I'll get to it in a minute. Mostly because I haven't really had this computer in working order for quite a long time now, and now I finally do, and I figured it's as good a time as any to do a little video on it. So, this is the IBM ThinkPad 600E. This was the second laptop that my dad ever used at his current job, and the first being the Omnibook. And I believe he initially got it in 1999, but then sometime in the early 2000s it was replaced with the Dell Latitude, the silver one that I made a video of a while back. And after it was replaced, it became the family PC for quite some time, I believe from around 2001 to 2005. And then we replaced it with the HP Pavilion, and then it became my mom's laptop until it bit the dust in a way I will talk about in a minute. It's kind of a long story. So where do I begin on this? Originally, this laptop had Windows 98 on it, and believe it or not, in all of my youth, this was the only computer I ever used with Windows 98 on it, ever. I mean, okay, there were computers at the library that had it, but this was the only computer I ever personally owned that had Windows 98 on it. I never used it outside of this computer, so there you go. There's pretty much half the reason I have little to no attachment on it. I was much more of a Windows 95 person. Later on, it was upgraded to Windows 2000, and it stayed at Windows 2000 for the majority of its life. And I recall that after a while, the CMOS battery eventually bit the dust, and it was impossible to boot the computer up. So that's why we ultimately put it to the side for several years, and then finally I pulled it back out and decided to see what was wrong with it, and I looked online and figured out it was the CMOS battery, got it replaced, and just when I tried to boot it back up into Windows 2000, my dad and I could not even remember the password to this thing. We tried everything we could, and we just could not get the password to it, and ultimately, I gave up and just wiped the hard drive clean and tried putting Windows 95 on here, but in the process, the hard drive crashed. And as such, the original hard drive is no more for this thing, which is kind of bittersweet. This is surprisingly the only hard drive casualty I've ever had on an old computer. One in the 486 still works, one in the Omnibook still works, one in the Dell Latitude still works. This one did not. This one did not survive. And there's a lot of other reasons that this computer is on its last leg. But I'll get into it a little bit more. I guess we'll, first of all, take a look at stuff around this computer. First off, this is actually not a CD-ROM drive. This is a DVD-ROM drive. So if you wanted to, you could actually play DVD movies on this computer in Windows 98, which is kind of a surreal thing, especially on a Pentium II. And I remember this was a really novel thing back in 1999. You did not have a regular DVD-ROM hard drive, or you did not have a DVD-ROM drive in most computers in the late 90s, so that was a sight to behold. Look on this side. You've got this. These are on both sides. This is what you do to open up the computer. It's latched shut otherwise. No idea what this little thing with the chain link on the side is. There's the dial-up modem. Here's the power switch. You just slide it over and it powers on. There's a little USB port down here. I currently cannot use it because I don't have the... Oh, come on, please focus. I cannot use it because I don't have the USB supplement installed, and the last time I tried it, I just messed everything up, so I'm not even going to bother. And besides that, I don't have any USB things that could even work on Windows 95, and that includes mass storage, so I'm not even going to try. Here we got the power port and the RS-232 serial port. Here is the docking. This is where you put in a docking station. I believe we used to have a docking station for this, but we do not any longer. This is here's the parallel port and the VGA out, PS2 mouse. We got two PCM CIA slots here. Take this one out, and we got a little LAN or 3Com megahertz LAN card, which I really don't know what purpose this is going to serve in the year 2015, but you know, I guess in case all the new computers die out and I can't get online with them somehow. Yeah. There's infrared, which I honestly have no clue what in the world I would ever use that for. There's the headphone jack, microphone jack. This is where the floppy drive connects. In fact, here's the floppy drive over here. It's still working great. So we can plug it in right here. I apologize about this. And there we go. Got the floppy drive plugged in, and then here's the other latch for it. Let's open this thing up. And here we are. If I can get this focus again. So I've got two company logos covered up here. Here's the keyboard, and there's the little logo and all the lights and all that good stuff. Here's a little brightness control right here. You slide it to the left, it's dark. You slide to the right, it's bright. There's the built-in microphone right there, which doesn't even work anymore. Like, it's so quiet that it's not even worth trying. Sorry about that. Here's something interesting about this laptop. Notice anything missing down here? That's right, this laptop has no trackpad at all. Instead, we've got what is called a pointing stick right here. And what you do is that you just kind of push it and the mouse moves on the screen. It's kind of like a joystick in a way. And I actually really like this pointing stick right here. It gives you a level of precision that isn't that's not on trackpads, I think, and you also don't have to occasionally slide your finger back, which is so nice. I am an avid hater of trackpads, and honestly, I'm really mad that they've become the dominant mouse, and I'm even madder that Apple honestly thinks that people want to use trackpads as a detachable mouse instead of, you know, what's been tried and true. Then again, these are the same people who also thought the hockey puck mouse was a good idea, but I'm getting carried away here. As you can see right here, the left shift key is unfortunately missing, and that is a major annoyance because you have to press this little thing down right here. If you can see, there's like a little rubber thing right here that is it's annoying to use, trust me. And we tried getting the shift key back on, and it just wouldn't go back on. Intel Pentium II, I believe this is the model with 366 megahertz rather than 300, so that's really nice. Designed for Microsoft Windows NT, Windows 98. Currently, I've got Windows 95 installed on it, and so a few things worth mentioning about this computer. First of all, the screen does not work anymore. Like, it kind of sort of works, but it's so faint and so dark that it's not even worth trying to... it's not even worth trying to use it. Like, you're just better off connecting a monitor to it, so... The sad part is, the screen burned out only a few days ago, like... Up until a few days prior to recording this video, the screen worked just fine, and it is maddening to me that it just decided to die on me after I was trying to restore it. You know, life happens sometimes. Another thing about it, I mentioned that the original hard drive died on here, and rather than replacing it outright with a new hard drive, let's see if I can open up this hard drive caddy. It's a bit of a pain to do. You're probably not going to be able to see this, so this is kind of pointless, but you might see right here, this is not your ordinary hard drive. This is actually an IDE to compact flash adapter. And this means that I can actually use a compact flash card as a hard drive rather than, you know, the mechanical hard drive itself. And, boy, my throat is not cooperating today. So this gives this computer a lot more longevity because I don't have to deal with mechanical hard drive failure, especially nice because, you know, mechanical hard drives are getting harder and harder to find. So, yay. And to be precise, this has an 8 GB compact flash card, and it is a 500X CF card, which means that this hard drive's read-write speed is blazingly fast. Like, it is almost unreal how fast this reads and writes to the hard drive. It's actually kind of hilariously overkill. Yeah, also we got the entire bottom of the computer to look at. I mean, there's really not much to see here. I mean, we got the battery right here, and lots of other good stuff that I can't tell you much about. So yeah, going ahead and put this hard drive caddy back in, or the cover for it. There used to be a little screw that went down here, but I stopped bothering with it, because why wouldn't I? A few other things that I feel are worth mentioning. This computer is supposed to have 160 megabytes of RAM. I believe it has 64 on board and 96 on the, or 96 extra added to it. But usually it fails to recognize the onboard RAM entirely, so as such it's effectively at 96 megabytes. And really that doesn't matter much to me because I don't do anything really that powerful on this computer, so that doesn't matter much, but I'm sure that would bother a lot of people. In fact, I honestly don't think I would ever need any more than 64 megabytes of RAM on this thing. But other than that, one more thing that's putting this computer on its last leg is that, well, I guess not really, but I feel it's worth mentioning anyway. I did replace the CMOS battery several years ago, and even though I thought it would give the computer a little more longevity, unfortunately the CMOS battery is already not holding much of a charge anymore, which means that every time I turn this computer on, I have to set the date and time, and then, because whoever designed this computer is an idiot, you have to turn it off and turn it back on after you do so. And in order to do it without losing the date and time, you have to do it pretty fast. Like, I'd say if you are any later than 5 seconds, you're going to have to set it again. So, that's a bit of an annoyance. But other than that, I don't have a whole lot to say. I guess one more thing I should mention, this little middle mouse button here, it kind of works as a scroll wheel. You hold it down and then move the mouse up and down and it'll scroll whatever window you're on. But currently I have Windows 95 on here, which has, I believe, no scroll wheel support at all. So there you go. But anywho, I guess I'll hook this up to a monitor and give it a go. I'm going to have to record the monitor itself when it first boots up because the AverMedia card is a bit finicky. But after that, I'm going to haul my desktop computer into this room and hook it up to this laptop, and hopefully everything will be good to go afterwards, so hold on just a second. Alright, here we are again. I very much apologize about the really poor lighting. I have the camera's light turned off. I don't know what the deal is, but let's go on ahead and power this up right now and get everything in order. to give us the CMOS error. Oh, it recognized all the RAM this time. Alright. By the way, this is the most ridiculous BIOS screen I've ever seen. Look at this. The little cursor is a bird. Like, flaps as you move it around. Like, who in the world thought, like... I mean, I'm not complaining about it. It's a really unique BIOS screen, but, you know... oh! It kept the time this time. That's unusual. Okay, well... It is December 28th. Normally I just set the year to 2015 and don't toy with anything else, but... you know. And I believe it's 9:40 p.m. So here we go. Wait for it to turn back on. Alright, here we go. IBM ThinkPad. And wait for the BIOS screen to pass. Okay, and then it gives us this little screen right here, which basically tells us to turn the computer, do a hard reset, I guess, so... let's see if I can be quick enough on this. Wait for the lights to turn off. Okay, please tell me I was quick enough. Alright, looks like I was quick enough. Good. And here we go into Windows 95. Alright, here we go. Alright, I guess I shall go on ahead and switch on over to the AverMedia now and go through the trouble of hauling my desktop all the way in here. Oh, this is going to be so much fun. See y'all in a little bit. Alright, here we are on a little reboot just to give a little better viewpoint of the screen while it's booting up. So, right now I have Windows 95 OEM Service Release 2.5 on here, otherwise known as Windows 95 C. Not quite as interesting as 95A or 95 RTM in my opinion, but I still like it nonetheless, and it's still a derivative of my favorite operating system ever, so... I changed the desktop background off camera, so... Anywho, let's go ahead and open up my computer here, go to Properties. You see we have all 160 megabytes of RAM. This incorrectly says it's a Pentium Pro because Windows 95 does not know what a Pentium II is. You can see it's registered to Mr. 831 of Etonian Tunes Incorporated. Hi, furry fandom, how are ya? So you can see we have version C on here, and here's my product key if you want to steal it. I really couldn't care less. Here's all the devices. Got the NeoMagic MagicMedia 256AV. I believe it's a 2.5 megabyte GPU. I'm not sure. Let's see. Let's run DXDiag here. Intel Pentium II MMX. Not telling us what the clock speed is, which is odd. Used to, it incorrectly said it was 16 megahertz, which is obviously not right. On my computer. Let's see. DirectX files display. Yeah, 2.5 megabyte. So, there you go. Primary IDE controller. I assume this conflict is here because it doesn't know what the... I don't know why it's there. I don't care. I'm just going to assume it's something with the compact flash. I don't know why this communications port has a problem, but it doesn't matter to me. This has a Crystal PNP audio system. It's got the usual FM synthesis with it, but it's also got its own wavetable synth, and it's actually a pretty dang good wavetable, if I do say so myself. So, the FM synthesis is a little bit off. There's something, I'm not entirely sure what it is. The FM synth just isn't quite what it should be. It's a little bit inaccurate from, say, a Sound Blaster 16, but it gets the job done, and, you know, I think it works for what I need it to do. Here's the battery. The battery in this computer does not hold a charge anymore, as you might expect. And, one thing you might want to know is that the ThinkPad 600 series was absolutely notorious for its abysmal battery life. It was well known for dying very early on, and, you know, I remember even when this computer was in its prime, it would generally die after only about 20 minutes on the battery. So, the ThinkPad 600 lineup was very notorious for this, and, you know, I don't think it's even held a charge for the better part of, I want to say more than a decade and a half now. It's kind of sad, really. Like, it hasn't held a charge in ages, so yeah, that's kind of the unfortunate thing about it. Here's all the programs I have installed in here. I have literally done nothing but install things on here for the past several days now. Of course, you got all the Windows programs on here. And I mentioned this has a DVD-ROM drive. Unfortunately, Windows 95 does not include a DVD driver by default. And I don't know if it's possible to even get DVD playback on Windows 95. If there is, great. Honestly, I don't care enough because I'm not going to play DVDs on here. We got Adobe Acrobat Reader 4, Animaniacs Game Pack, Myst, Toy Story Activity Center, Toy Story Animated Storybook, Aladdin Activity Center, Tonka Search and Rescue, Chutes and Ladders, Frogger, Roller Coaster Tycoon, Tonka Construction 2, Tonka Garage, Backyard Baseball 2001, Backyard Basketball, Backyard Football 2002, Backyard Soccer MLS. Only backyard game I'm missing on here is Baseball 2003 because I forgot to install it. Soccer 2004, Jumpstart 5th grade, Jumpstart Math for 2nd graders, Jumpstart 1st grade reading, Jumpstart 2nd grade, 3rd grade, 1st grade, Kindergarten 98, Lego Island, Legoland, Living Books, got most of the ones that are installable within Windows 95. The Curse of Monkey Island, I recently finished this game and it is a really awesome game. SimTown, Sim Safari, Sim Earth, I would have had Sim Isle on here but the disc was not readable. 3D Movie Maker, Magic School Bus explores inside the Earth, Magic School Bus explores the rainforest. And of course, your obligatory AOL bloatware, and AT&T, CompuServe, and Prodigy. I Spy Fantasy, School Days, Spooky Mansion Deluxe, Treasure Hunt, The Incredible Machine, and Amazon Trail 3rd, Carmen Sandiego, Math Detective, Super Solvers, Spellbound, Zubini's Logical Journey, Carmen Sandiego's Great Chase Through Time, otherwise known as Where in Time is Carmen Sandiego, Where in the USA, Knowledge, Math, and Word Munchers, and Reader Rabbit's Personalized 1st grade and 2nd grade. So, good grief. A lot of programs on here. Oh yeah. Before we do anything else, I'm going to try showing what the MIDI on here is like. So right now I've got FM synthesis selected. So let's do program files. No, wait, not program files. I hate having to do this every time in Windows 95. I believe it's Windows Media. Here's Canyon.mid, as you all know and love. Okay, if you have an ear for detail and are familiar with the regular OPL3, you might have noticed a few inaccuracies there. And honestly, I wouldn't really blame you if you did, because, you know... Or, what am I even trying to say? If you have an ear for detail, you might have noticed a few inaccuracies there. It's kind of hard to describe. It seems like the instrumentation's a little more slurred, and the bass especially seems to be a bit off. I don't know what it is, but yeah, I can tell you it's not exactly as you might know and love it as. But let's turn on the wavetable, and annoyingly this wavetable has really low volume, so you have to turn it way up to get it balanced, which is annoying. There we go. Alright, so there's that. Of course, you got all the other good MIDI files on here. Beethoven's Fifth. And then go down here. Also got classic passport.mid. So yeah, I actually really like this wavetable. Normally I don't like no-name wavetables like this, but this one's actually pretty good if you ask me. Let's turn this back down a little notch. Okay, so... not much else to say. I wonder what these power settings... Huh, okay. Well... a whole lot else to say about that. What should we play? We gotta do the obligatory humongous game, but I want to try something else first. I will be right back. Alright, after 2 failed attempts, I really didn't want to do this. I tried running Frogger, but I could not get it recorded without problems, so instead we're going to try running the classic Lego Island. I kind of hate pulling this cliche ever, especially since I just did it on the Dell Latitude video, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. My word, it is 10:30 at night. Oh my. Let's do ramp emulation. Turn off the 3D sound because I hate the 3D sound.
Hello! Hola! Welcome!
So it actually runs pretty smoothly, as you can see.
How you doing? Yo! And in any language, welcome to Lego Island!
About a smooth 30 frames per second or so. 20, I'd say.
Select our big blue
The only problem is it's a little bit flickery, as you might be able to notice.
Okay, let's get started.
So this is actually pretty smooth, especially considering what the specs of this computer are. Let's try building a helicopter to see.
Greetings. Shelf switch to your left.
A little bit fast, but it gets the job done. Usually it's actually supposed to be perfectly in sync with the sound effects, but it's not here. I don't know. Let's see if we can run it on different settings and see if I can get it timed better.
Hello! Hola! Willkommen! Bienvenue! Konnichiwa! Aloha! Oh.
Okay. Here we are on different settings. You can see it syncs up a lot better now. In fact, this is actually kind of ideal, really. Oh, dadgummit, that was right there already for me. I believe this is on RGB emulation. Yeah, I'm not even bothering to paint it this time. Huh, it seems to go slower the more pieces you put on here. It would have been really nice if they put a timer on a lot of this stuff. On a modern PC, it goes so fast that you can't even see it animate. I mean, really, is it that difficult to program a timer into your game? Not really a whole lot to say here. Alright. So there's that.
What was that?
Oh
I thought it was
gosh,
a
lag.
It's you, the helicopter maniac. Yeah,
Uh,
good job.
Yes, thank you, Captain D-ROM. I really thank you for your amazing contribution to this game. Aren't low frame rates just so much fun? The nice thing about this is that the game, it doesn't turn impossibly quick, so the turning controls aren't ridiculously overly sensitive. Oh gosh, I swear this scene plays every single time you walk by here. By the way, when they all go in the air, it actually... Or when they flip up in the air when you run through them, it actually... Yeah, they actually turn at a reasonable rate instead of, you know, flickering about in the air. Yeah, you can definitely tell this game was not made for 60 frames per second. So yeah, not much else to say. I guess here's something interesting to note.
Are you ready to leave Lego Island? If you select the green brick, you go. If you select the red brick, you stay. Green go, red stay.
Yep, the quit sequence runs just fine on this computer, even though on most other computers it glitches the heck out.
Thanks for the visit, and you're welcome to come back anytime. We'll miss you.
Oh yeah. So yeah, there's that. Alright, what other games could we run on here? Yeah, I believe you can run SimTown without the disc. Yeah. So now we can screw around in this. In case you really wanted to, you know. Alright, I shall be right back. Alright, I suppose we shall play the obligatory humongous entertainment game now. Playing Freddy Fish 3. Oh yeah, we gotta fix the sound settings on here because it doesn't do it right otherwise.
How are you enjoying the flight on Pelican Sam Airlines, Freddy?
A lot, Sam. Gosh, Luther, it was really great of your Uncle Blenny to invite us to the Founders Day Festival.
Well, Uncle Blenny says that I'm his favorite nephew. And you know I'd never take a special trip like this without my best friend, Freddy Fish. Smooth landing.
Luther? Thanks for the lift, Sam.
Have a good time!
I wonder what will happen if I pull this plug.
You know, I do remember bringing this laptop
Great
onto
job.
trips, and I just
I
remember
knew
thinking
you
it was
could
so
pull it
cool
off.
that I would actually
Get
be
it?
able to play these
Pull
games on
up.
in the car.
Oh,
And it was just
yeah.
like, whoa! Just kind of a what the heck moment of my youth. And of course, that's to say nothing of the first time we watched a DVD movie in the car. That was pretty surreal at the time. I remember watching Jungle
I'd better
Book
hold
on a
on
trip
to
to
that.
my grandparents once.
You just never know when a drain plug might come in handy.
Yeah, let's look at the system info on here. Oh, I meant to... okay.
Luther! Freddy! Over here!
Uncle Blenny? Uncle Blenny, what are you doing in jail?
Well, Luther, the great conch shell was stolen. The Founders Day Festival can't start without it.
since I'm the grand exalted keeper of the conch, I'm the prime suspect. But I didn't do it. Here's a diagram of the conch shell before it was taken. The priceless conch had 3 golden pipes, but they may have fallen out. And here's a picture of all the people who were nearby when the crime happened. There's Gil Barker, Claw, Nadine the Narwhal, Rosie Pearl, Pierre the Tailor, and Horst Fetters the tourist.
Can't your dogfish sniff out the thief?
Old Soggy Sniffer ain't what it used to be. But if he can get the 3 golden pipes, he can pick up the scent.
We'll find the 3 golden pipes, Uncle Blenny.
You're my only hope, nephew. You and your friend Freddy Fish.
So, most of it works just about as you would expect. So, let's quit playing this. Alright, let's play another game now. I played this on that 486 video I did a few months back. Not the one where I was showing the computer, but just the archival footage. It's Earthworm Jim! I don't know how far I made it on this one. Oh, I didn't make it very far. This is the PC version of the game, and it's a very underrated version of the game in my opinion, because it's basically a blend of all the best versions of the game in one convenient package, and you know, it's got the Red Book audio and all the levels of every version, including the secret one level and Big Broody. So, hold on just a second while I look up stuff. Alright. I'm gonna input the level select code.
Shader.
And here we go! Now we have all the levels unlocked. So, let's see. Let's try this one. This is actually a really difficult game. So, let's see if I can not make it difficult. Ah! Hey! Yeah, the firing sound is a little bit off on this computer. It's supposed to repeat at a faster rate. But, you know, can't have everything, I guess. Ha! Hey! Don't do that to me. Oh. This isn't going very well already. Oh. This is probably one of the wackiest games you'll ever play, by the way. It's got a bit of a twisted sense of humor. Doug TenNapel really was one of a kind, I would say. Ah! Yeah! Jeez. Oh, that could have been bad.
Oh yeah. Groovy.
I just love how we first get Night on Baldbound and then we get this ridiculous elevator music. And this is CD audio, by the way, so now you know that CD audio works. Oh gosh, what happened to the audio? That was weird. I don't know what that was about. I seem to remember it doing this, even on Humongous Games, so... I thought that wasn't my imagination. And I think that probably went away after Windows 2000 came on here, but... it had a whole slew of other problems when it had Windows 2000, and in fact... You know, actually, I can't believe I haven't mentioned this yet. I actually really hated this computer. I'm not joking, I hated this computer with a passion, and I just remember it crashed a lot, it was really slow, it was buggy, and just unreliable, and the sound's messed up again. That's weird. I would like it if the sound would stop screwing up like this. Anywho, I remember this computer just being a huge pile of junk, and it didn't help that I used it up through 2005, so... Okay, this audio is really getting on my nerves. Let's do... anti-asteroids. Okay, well, that's obviously not gonna fix it, but whatever. Yeah, I actually really hated this computer, but... now I realize it actually wasn't really the computer's fault, it was more just probably because a lot of stupid stuff was installed on here. And I don't have very fond memories attached to this computer, and I really wouldn't mind if it went down under, you know, but... heck. Get away from me. Okay, now the audio's good again. It better not mess up that way. Again. And it is. Whatever. Oh, well, this is going well. This is a pretty dang good port if I do say so myself. It's very faithful to the original version and holds a lot of its own as well.
I win!
Okay. Enough of that. I wonder if the audio is doing this everywhere. No, it's not. Huh. Like I said, I remember it doing this when I was young, too. Until it got Windows 2000, so... maybe that's just a problem with the audio driver. I don't know. I'll be right back again. Alright, so to finish this up, I think I'll play one of my favorite games from my youth that I've never really gotten a chance to talk about before. Living Books, The Cat in the Hat. I don't know if any of you remember Living Books at all. It was a series of interactive stories. We shall go into this. I'm probably putting myself at huge risk because, well... copyright, but... who cares? If they really think they're going to find this, or if they're really going to find this and take it down...
The Cat in the Hat by Dr. Seuss.
Oh! I'm the Cat in the Hat.
Hello there.
This is my living book. I am here to have fun. Won't you come take a look?
I might, if you really want me to.
Now, to hear our fine story read out loud and clear, move the arrow to this side and click right down here.
But really, whoever played in that
If you like
mode...
to explore and to look everywhere, you can play on our pages. Just click over there.
And of course... gotta have the obligatory dance scene.
Now, to hear our fine story read out loud.
So let's go ahead and get this started.
not shine. It was too wet to play. So we sat in the house all that cold, cold, wet day. I sat there with Sally. We sat there, we two, and I said, how I wish we had something to do. Too wet to go out and too cold to play ball. So we sat in the house. We did nothing at all. So all we could do was to sit, 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 sit. And we did not like it, not one little bit. And then something went bump. How that bump made us jump. We looked. Then we saw him stepping on the mat. We looked, and we saw him, the cat in the hat. And he said to us,
Why do you sit there like that? I know it is wet and the sun is not sunny, but we can have lots of good fun that is funny.
Alright, so basically we get a page of the story read and then we can click all over the place in it. And, I remember playing this game quite a bit when I was young, especially on the good old 486. Oh, I didn't think I would make that. So, I actually run an alternate channel that used to do walkthroughs of these games called A Remote and Random Name. And it was actually a collaborative channel with 3 friends of mine, Junior Adventurer, George Q. Gregg, and Hondo2132. I think you may want to go check it out. I'm sure if you're familiar with these games, you've already seen it at this point, but considering it's like the first thing that comes up if you look up Living Books. This was a pretty popular series of games, and in fact, one of the first games I ever played, Sheila Ray the Brave, was part of this series. So, yeah. Got a lot of fond memories with it, even though I only played 3 of the games. And in fact, I actually played this game so much when I was young that I memorized this entire book. I am not making this up. I memorized the entire book, word for word, and I remember I really impressed my kindergarten teacher that day. The day we were supposed to bring our books in, or we would read to the class. Hey, good times. Oh, that was weird. The game glitched up a bit.
I know that the sun is not shining today, but lots of good fun will be coming your way.
Well, that's good to know, I guess. Alright.
Let me show you
Probably
the
only
way.
show the first 3
Said the
pages
cat
of this
with
and
the
then
grin.
leave.
I am here to help out. Now the fun can begin. I know some good games we could play.
said the cat.
I know some new tricks.
Said the cat in the hat.
A lot of good tricks. I will show them to you. Your mother will not mind at all if I do.
Then Sally and I did not know what to say. Our mother was out of the house for the day.
Alright, now we can draw on this board because that's what I've always wanted to do. Hi. A lot easier to draw straight on a pointing stick, but it still leaves a lot to be desired. I should invest in a drawing tablet for Windows 95 one of these days. Ah! Oh gosh! That was bad. That was so bad. Ah! Oh my gosh. That was so bad. I was trying to draw a cat, but that didn't work out well. Let's try this again. Oh my gosh. I hate drawing with a pointing stick. Oh my gosh. This is so bad. He will possess you! Just had the evil eyes. Oh my gosh, that is awful. I'm so sorry for all the nightmares I have caused you tonight.
It's dusty back here.
He just tap danced without shoes. That seems very legit. So legit.
House. House. House.
Alright, so because I know people will be disappointed if I don't sing, I guess I'll sing on this next page.
But our fish said,
No, no! Make that cat go away! Tell that cat in the hat you do not want to play. He should not be here. He should not be about. He should not be here when your mother is out.
Especially considering I know a certain group of friends who love to hear me sing.
Now, now, have no fear, have no fear.
said the cat,
My tricks are not bad.
said the cat in the hat.
Why, we can have lots of good fun if you wish, with a game that I call Up, Up, Up with a Fish. Put me down!
Said the fish,
This is no fun at all! Put me down!
said the fish,
I do not wish to fall! Have no fear!
said the cat,
I will not let you fall. I will hold you up high as I stand on a ball. With a book on one hand and a cup on my hat. But that is not all I can do.
said the cat,
Look at me now.
said the cat,
With a cup and a cake on the top of my hat, I can hold up 2 books. I can hold up the fish and a little toy ship and some milk on a dish. And look, I can hop up and down on
Alright,
the ball.
here we go.
But that is not all, oh no.
my gosh, I'm gonna regret
That
this.
is not all.
Look at me, look at me, look at me now. It is fun to have fun, but you have to know how. I can hold up the cup and the milk in the cake. I can hold up these books and the fish on a rake. I can hold the toy ship and a little toy man. And look, with my tail, I can hold Red Fan. I can fan with the fan as I hop on the ball. But that is not all. Oh no, that is not all. Oh, did I really just do that on camera?
I'm having such fun, and now you can play too. You can move things around, and I'll balance for you.
Yeah, actually, I've never shown what happens if you just click here without actually finishing this up, so let's do so.
But that is not all, oh no!
Not really that
What the
interesting,
cat
but
said.
yeah.
Then he fell on
Let's get out of here. Oh, I meant to go back to the main menu, but okay. I hit the space bar. I thought that took you back to the main menu.
Now to hear our fight.
Alright, I think that's enough of that.
Are you sure you want to quit?
I am very sure, thank you very much.
Okay.
I went ahead and... that was... oh yeah. Paint! So, in case you didn't actually want to use that horrible mini-game that they gave you in the Cat in the Hat, we can now use Microsoft Paint. And color this whole screen yellow like it should be. Woot! And then do things like, why did I just pick pink? I'm not sure why. Oh, that was weird. Ah, gosh. You ever try drawing with a pointing stick? Because it's even worse than drawing with a mouse, I would say, or even a trackpad. 831 was here. And now let's do this. This is probably an inside joke that only a few people are gonna get, but... Oh, wait, you thought I was finished with this, huh? Yep, I think that works. Actually, you know, I said this was going to be the last game. I lied. Let's play one more game. Alright. We're going to play a game that I never actually owned as a kid, but discovered in recent times. Animaniacs Game Pack! This is a game based on the cartoon from the 90s of the same name, well, just Animaniacs. And, yeah, let's go on ahead and open this up. And you'll get to hear me sing again, by the way. That logo just screams of 90s cheesiness. Alright, here we go. It's time for Animaniacs. We hope your hard drive stays intact. If this program starts to crash, give your CPU a whack. We're Animaniacs. Boot up the Warner Brothers and the Warner sister Dot. The developers would like to buy a really snazzy yacht. They put all kinds of games in here to tie your mind in knots. Insane animations that will leave you seeing spots. We're Animaniacs. They transformed us to bitmaps. If you move your mouse to click on things, you'll force us to react. We're Animaniacs. Look at Wacko as he tries to pull your processor apart. And Yakko's burning random access memory with a spark. Dot just grabbed your cursor, she wants you to restart. We kidnapped all the programmers, we think that they're so smart. They're Animaniacs. Play at work and you'll get sacked. If this artwork is too strapped, will they license us to hacks? We're Animani, totally insane. Monitors and flamey, Animaniacs. I'm sorry if I shattered any glasses nearby.
What happened? Anyone get the license number of that truck?
Wacko, what's in your head?
Not much.
No, silly. What's stuck in your head?
Some type of arrow. Hey, I know what this is.
It's a cursor.
Don't look now, Sibs, but I think we're in a computer game, and there's a player out there. I feel so exposed. We're the Warner Brothers.
And the Warner sister.
So now what? Let's see. Computer game. Oh yes, the first thing we need is a desktop.
One desktop coming up.
Next, we'll need a main menu. I don't think this is what I had in mind. I'm thinking of clever little icons that you click on to go to really fun games. It looks like our work here is done.
I'm hungry.
I'm pooped.
Well, as specified in Section 47, Paragraph 28, Subparagraph 32 of our union contract, it's break time!
Let's eat.
Now it's up to you. Click on an icon and have some fun.
So yeah, this is basically just a collection of minigames based on the popular TV show.
Baloney's Balloon Bop.
Smoocher. Tee-off.
Prop Shop Drop.
Belchinator 2.
It's one of those wacky 90s type games. I mean, it captures the spirit of the TV show very well, I think. Although, I think the games themselves leave a little bit to be desired. I think Belchinator is the only one that's really memorable. But
Baloney's Balloon.
Smoocher. Tee-off.
Let's go on ahead and play a game. This is based on the episode of Animaniacs, the Barney parody, where they basically are put in the awkward situation of, you know, being basically in the middle of an episode of Barney. Oh yeah. Now if you notice, I changed the MIDI to FM synthesis off camera. Basically, this is a breakout game. Although, actually, if you go to the bottom but baloney doesn't get you, you will actually survive. So, yeah.
That's smart.
Yeah, pretty basic game, really. But still enjoyable, nonetheless.
Look out!
Let's do that again.
Look out!
Oh, jeez. Don't go so fast, Yakko. Okay, can we please go over to the far left? Please? There we go. Alright, I think you've seen enough of this. I'm really bad at this game, but I will try anyway.
This looks like a piece of cake.
Oh, hole in one. Jeez. Okay, I'm actually really, really terrible at this game, and I will never succeed at it, ever. Okay, that didn't work. It didn't work either. Oh gosh, it's on a hill. This isn't going to go over very well.
Hey, don't get cute. Save it for the pros.
Okay.
I've known there was a windmill out of worn clogs.
Yeah, sure. Alright, let's see if I can not fail at this. Oh, well, I didn't think that was actually going to make it. But apparently it did. Now I have to watch for buttons in Nindy here. Oh, come on! Hit the butterfly! Oh. Oh. Come on. Get all out of the lake, please.
Hey, don't get cute.
7. Wow.
Okay, so boy hits girl.
Oh,
Watch the birdie.
that was actually pretty good. Huh.
We better do this hole fast. Lava is just awful on my girlish soft skin.
Oh, come on. He wasn't even there. Oh. Okay. Like I said, I'm really, really bad at this. Of course, it doesn't help that getting this timed right is a pain in the neck. Ah, let's get out of here. There's already plenty of other gameplay videos on here, so I don't feel bad for skipping the cutscenes. Ah! I died on the first level, really. Oh. I didn't even realize that TNT was there.
Tricky.
Let's get out of here before I embarrass myself more. Alright, let's get out of here.
Leaving so soon? Well, bring me a snack when you come back, okay?
Snap out of it!
Alright, I think that's about all I want to show off for this computer. Overall, I have pretty bittersweet memories of this computer, and really, it's nothing that I'll really treasure anytime soon, and I really wouldn't miss it if it went away. But it's something, I guess, and, you know, I guess it's just kind of there more than anything. It's a decent computer, it does the job well for most games, but really, if I had it my way, I would go for something a little bit more nostalgic, like a Pentium I or a 486. And if I really wanted something powerful, I would do it more for like 3D acceleration, and this computer has no 3D acceleration, so it really doesn't have a whole lot going for it, but you know, it's still decent enough, and even though it may be on its last leg, it still does the job well for most things, I would say, so let's go ahead and shut this down, and goodbye, everybody.